Hi guys, it's Debbie from What's Mama Cooking For Us. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. And today we're just going to make a simple and easy macaroni and cheese. And so we have some pasta, I have some milk, the evaporated canned milk, and I'm also going to use half and half and whole milk. But you can use whatever milks you choose. We have an egg, some butter, and I have 5 different cheeses. I have some Gruyere that I'm just adding because I seen a recipe had Gruyere in there, so I thought I'd try it in mine. And I have some cheddar cheese, white cheddar, and Kobe Jack. So for my spices, I have some Lowry, some garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, nutmeg, a little cayenne, and also some paprika. And we're not going to have to make a roux for this. So some people are intimidated by a roux, and I used to be as well. So I used to just make mine this way for years. But now I do some with a roux, and I have another mac and cheese video. I'll leave a link above so you can go check that out. But let's just get started and see how simple this actually is. Okay guys, all I did was chopped my cheese off camera, and then I did shred a little bit for the top. And I have Kobe Jack, which is Kobe and mozzarella cheese. Mild cheddar and sharp white cheddar. And then the Gruyere. The Gruyere is like a Swiss cheese, guys. And then that way you don't have to shred all that cheese. You can just use chunks. Okay, and once again, for the milk, I have evaporated carnation milk in 1 cup of half and half and 1 cup of whole milk, but you can mix it up however you want. And then I like to take my egg, give it a little beat, and then just pour it right in here just to get it started. So the carnation milk is 12 ounces. Just get that started. And then we'll start with the spices. Okay, I'll start with all the ones that are gonna take a teaspoon. So we got a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a teaspoon of the Lowry's. I like to use Lowry seasoning, but you could use whatever seasoning or all-purpose type seasoning. A teaspoon of pepper. This is a 1/4 of paprika. And a little less for the cayenne, so an 8. And like about an 1/8 of nutmeg. And I like to mix this all up while my noodles are boiling. So I'm getting all this prepared ahead of time. And then if you feel that you want to put some more seasonings in, you can go ahead and add a little bit more. So you could actually give this a taste and see if you like it. And I don't add any salt right now because our Lowry's has salt in it. And the cheese is salty, so. And I wanted to say, guys, if you leave your cheese out at room temperature, it helps it melt a little bit better. And that looks so good, you guys, and it smells so good. Okay, once your noodles are done, just follow the package direction. And I usually cook mine a little 1 to 2 minutes, a little less than the directions. And then you just want to put in about a 1/4 stick of butter. Get that all mixed in. And then get your cheese and start putting your cheese in. And this way you don't have to shred all that cheese up, you guys. And then, like I said, if your cheese is room temperature, it melts a lot faster too. So just let that sit in there for like a minute or so. So of course this doesn't all have to be melted, but you can see how it's melting in there pretty nicely. And then you want to put in your milk. We'll put in about half. Stir that up really good. I forgot to say, break your cheese, the chunks up too, because, you know, that way they'll melt better. But it's nice to get a big chunk of cheese. Okay, in the meantime, I already got my pan, my 9x13 pan buttered, because you don't want it to stick to the sides and it's easier to clean. But also, you don't want to lose any of this good macaroni and cheese if it gets stuck all over your sides. Okay, so I poured half of it in my pan, half the pasta. And then we're going to put another layer, well, not another layer, but a layer of cheese. And make sure they're kind of broke up. But they're all going to melt anyways, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so then we're going to add the rest of our, and don't leave anything behind. Give our milk mixture another little whisk. And then just pour that all over the top. Oh my gosh, you guys. So now, I know everyone, there's a million recipes out there. But I just want to say, give this one a try. It's simple, it's easy, and it's delicious. Now, you're halfway through, like we're going to put it in the oven, 350 if I haven't already said that. And then halfway through, we're going to cover it. And halfway through, we're going to come through and we're going to give it a little mix to make sure everything's mixing together and melting together. And then I'll show you our next step. Okay, guys, it just came out of the oven. It was covered. And now I'm just going to give it a little stir. See that cheese, guys? Oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. And it was so simple. So we're just going to give it a good mix. And now's the time where you can give it a taste and see if it needs more seasoning. Like most likely it doesn't need any garlic or any of that stuff. Probably some pepper is most likely what I need. And I like to see more pepper in mine. It's so juicy. I'm going to stir it a little bit more off camera, but I'm going to give it a bite so I can see. Look at that. I actually think I put heaping garlic and onion, which I think was a little bit too much, but it'll be all right. But yeah, I think I am going to put some more pepper, because I do like a lot of pepper. And you guys, you can use your own seasonings, your favorites. You can leave out, you know, whatever you didn't like or whatever you want to put in to add to make it more flavorful for you and your family. And I used a deep dish here too, guys, so it's easier. It doesn't spill over. And it's just safer overall. Try not to put it in a little small itty bitty pan, even though it fits, because it just doesn't work. My gosh, this smells incredible. I did give it some more pepper, and that really helped a lot. It made it taste a lot, I don't know, it brought it all together. I'm gonna put a little paprika, the rest of our cheese, give it a mix so you get all those pretty colors on top. And then in 30 minutes, maybe 20, this will be all done. Whenever the cheese is melted, it's done. We'll put a tiny bit of paprika on the top. It's so dark over here by my stove, I can't even tell if it's coming out. And I'm gonna just put a couple of pats of butter, which melted on me because it's getting so hot here in the kitchen. And I took it out earlier so it'd be softened. But just put a few pats on. Nothing serious. Now I'm gonna put it back in uncovered, and I'll be back. Oh my gosh, guys. It took about an hour to cook. We didn't need to use the broiler. We got a nice crunch on top. We didn't need to use the broiler. And I just wanted to say, guys, earlier I said Kobe Jack was with mozzarella. No, of course it's Monterey Jack. So sorry about that. But you can use any cheeses you guys want, you know. But try to get good melting cheeses. And I did use 1 stick of butter, in case you didn't know if I didn't say that. I used some of it to do the pan and the rest went in the macaroni and cheese. And guys, if you like this video and you like these kind of videos, please hit the like button for me and subscribe to my channel. I always say that at the very end, but it's known that no one really watches to the end. So I got to start saying this earlier. So look at this. You hear that? It looks delicious. Let's get a bite. You should let it sit about 5 or 10 minutes when it first comes out of the oven so it can set up. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then that way you get a little bit of the goodness inside and the crunchiness on top. Oh, am I over the camera? All right, take that first bite. Of course, the sun's shining like crazy here in upstate New York, and it's shining right in my view here in my frame. We're not going to take too big of a bite because it's very hot. Okay, here we go. You guys take that first bite. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So flavorful. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. Check out other videos of mine. I have a ton of playlists. I have almost 500 videos. And yeah, so if you like this and you see how simple and easy it is, you'll give this a try. Because this way, you don't have to shred all that cheese. You don't have to do the roux. And all it is mixing it all in together, put it in the oven, and it comes out delicious. And you can use the spices of your choice. Oh, and I did put a little bit of salt in at the very end when I was stirring it there at the last clip. And so, yeah, the flavors are perfect. And I hope you guys give this a try. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Be blessed.